The Yankees have been absolutely terrible this season. I'm a Yankees fan too, and I can say it. It's been pretty pretty hard to watch them play baseball. The defense is terrible. The lineup is awful. The roster construction by Cashman is just it's so hard to watch. Here's a quick stat to start the video off, start my rant off on how bad this roster is. No team has won a World Series since 1997 without a left-handed hitter in their starting lineup. That team was the 1997 Miami Marlins, and they happen to have 3 switch hitters. The Yankees have 1 switch hitter, and it's Aaron Hicks, who is off to one of the worst starts I've ever seen in my 17 years of enjoying baseball. Hicks has 8 hits and 52 at-bats this season, and the best games the teams have played has been the games he took himself out of the lineup. They're not even benching him. He's been taking himself out of the lineup for pretty much political reasons, which I guess I'm okay with. You can't really get mad at that. Let the guy do what he's got to do. But he's batting 154. Please pay a little bit more attention to your performance before you take yourself out of the lineup. If they came out and Boone said, we're taking him out of the lineup, he's batting 154, I'd be like, yeah, good. You probably should. But to come out and say this, it's okay, I get it, but really? You're playing awful, and we're paying him way too much money. It's just a complete waste of money. And then bringing back Gardner in the offseason to do absolutely nothing. He's not even fast anymore, to the point where he's an elite defender, because he can't get to anything in the gaps. He's not fast enough to be an elite base runner. We have no speed. It's just poor roster construction. With no lefties in the lineup, you're not even set up to win a World Series because no team's won it in over 20 years without starting a left-handed hitter. And every Yankee team that's won a World Series, go back to 2009, go back past that, 2000s, they've all had significant power hitters from left that are lefties, whether it's Teixeira in 09 or Mattingly in the years before that. There's always been, and Posada was a switch hitter who batted lefty when he was there. There's always been, and Yankee Stadium's short. That's the big thing with the Yankee Stadium is it's 314 feet to right. It's not much deeper to left. It's only 318, but it is a short porch in right field. Have left-handed hitters to hit the ball. And to get on coaching, Boone's been awful this season. He puts in defensive substitutions in the 7th and 8th innings. He's done this multiple times. I think it was against the Rays he did it. And then later in the game, it cost us because in extra innings, we had to have... Or no, it was against the Orioles. We had to have Gio Urshela running at second instead of Tyler Wade. Oh, no, this is when he did good. He put in Tyler Wade to run, and it helped us. There's another game we had to have a slow player running at second in the extra innings, and it cost us because he used a defensive substitution earlier. And then extras... I think it was probably Tyler Wade ended up hitting. Instead of running, being the runner at second, he ended up hitting, and we ended up losing the game. I don't remember what it was. It was probably against the Rays. By the way, the Yankees have 5 wins against the Rays in the past 23 times they've played them. This includes a playoff series. The Yankees are supposed to be the best team in the division every year. They're 5-18 against another team in the past 23 games against them. The Yankees are completely the little brother of the Rays right now. The Rays front office is completely out everything. The Yankees outworking, their managers out coaching. They look like an idiot of a team when they play them. They look like the Orioles when the Orioles play the Yankees last year and the year before that when Gleyber was tearing them apart. That's what the Yankees look like when they play the Rays. They can't beat them. They can't beat them. And when they do beat them, it was that game they won against the Rays where they avoided the sweep. That was the worst win I've ever seen. Hicks was up. They had bases loaded, 1 out, or no outs. Bases loaded, no outs. They get a 1 run that inning on double play ball by Hicks. Come on. You can't. That's runs on the table. You can't leave runs on the table when you don't hit. And they don't pitch well either. They score like the Mets score when DeGrom's pitching. He gets no runs for it, and that's how the Yankees play every game. Their pitching hasn't been that bad. It just looks worse because their offense can't do anything. And when the offense scores 4 runs, which is more than usual, the pitching sucks and gives up 7, and they lose 7-4. And to go back to Cashman, why did we trade for Odor? Why did we sign Jay Bruce? These guys are old. Take pride in the team, get some guys that play good defense, and put them in the line. We've already lost 2 games this year on Gleyber Torres not knowing how to field a baseball. Let's not then go out and get Odor, who's not a good fielder, just because he's a better hitter than Tyler Wade. Let the young kid play. What are you gonna get out of Rougned Odor? You're gonna get nothing besides funny pictures of how stupid he looks without his beard. That's not a left you need. Make some moves, get some guys in. And I get Voit hasn't been here. He was really good last year. And they kind of need him because their offense sucks. But do something. Make some moves. Bring in a left-handed bat in it. I'd love to see them at a starter, although they're probably not. Tyone's been okay, but Kluber's been god-awful. And we're only paying him $5 million plus more than he deserves. The guy deserves a veteran's minimum contract. Now I'm paying him $10+ million. I don't know the exact details, and I'm not even going to bother looking it up because I already know I'm going to be disappointed when I see what the number actually is. The only way Cashman deserves to keep his job is if these Max Scherzer trade rumors somehow come to something and the Yankees can get him. I don't care how many prospects they have to give up. Give up Deivi Garcia, although I love him. Give up Clark Schmidt. Give up Andujar. Give up all the young guys. Get something and, I don't know, somehow give the team energy. They look dead when they're playing. That grounder the other day where Gleyber, I think this was last night, where Gleyber didn't beat it out, or didn't even try to beat it out, he's the young guy. The young guys are supposed to give energy. The only one that gives a decent amount of energy is Gardner and Frazier. And those are the 2 guys that are fighting for each other's spot. Every Marlins game is becoming must-see baseball because of Jazz Chisholm and how energetic he is. It's the same reason everyone loves Tatis, because he plays the game hard, he plays the game the way that it should be played. The Yankees have 0 guys like this. No one cares. They all just want their contracts. They don't care if they win, and it's pathetic. You would think they'd have some sort of heart. They look dead out there when they play. No one hustles. I mean, I love Judge, but the guy couldn't play because he was concerned he might get hurt more than he already is. He had probably had a bruise and didn't want to deal with it. And I don't even think it was his decision. It was probably Boone's. He didn't want to play the guy because he's like, I'd rather have him not get hurt for 10 days and let him sit out a game than have him get hurt for 10 days. That's so soft. That's so soft. It's pathetic. CC Sabathia would be ashamed. He's the same guy that lost out on a bonus because he did the right thing and threw at a guy. He protected his teammate. No one on this team would do that. No one would do that. No one wants to beat out a ground ball. No one wants to be on base. No one wants to win. It's borderline pathetic. The team sucks. They're hard to watch. They got to do something. Cashman sucks, and Boone's not much better. That's all I got. So, as I was working on finishing this video, I turned the Yankee game on. It just started. It's 6:36. The game started at around 6:30ish. They're at Cleveland. They're down 2-0. Domingo Germán just made an error. It's awful. I don't know how they got 3 outs that fast. I don't know what time the game started. I think 6:30. Maybe it was 6, but they're in the bottom of the first. It's so hard to watch. They're already down 2-0. The Indians have runners on first and second with 1 out after an error by the pitcher. Really? So frustrating.